Mikel Arteta wants to bring in 2 forwards this summer, 1 striker and 1 wide forward. According to a report from ESPN, the club's issues in the final third have been well documented, and after several transfer windows where they chose to stick with what they had, reinforcements are now going to be Arsenal failed in a bid to sign Villa forward Ollie Watkins in January, and they have also been linked with moves for Sporting Lisbon star Victor Gyökeres and Red Bull Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko. Alongside their desire to bolster their front line, Arteta also wants to bring in a central midfielder this summer. The report adds, given that Jorginho is expected to leave the Emirates this summer. Real Sociedad star Martin Zubimendi has long been on their radar and is tipped to make the move. Ruben Amorim has not completely shut the door. Marcus Rashford and claimed the forward could still have a future in Manchester, despite being shipped out on loan to Aston Villa in the January transfer window. All the players on loan will return, and then the club will decide what to do at the end of the season, Amorim said on Friday. When you put a player on loan, the best thing is for them to perform. All these loan players have talent, and they have to put that on the team. The talent of Rashford, the talent of Antony, they all have talent. We are really happy because if you put players on loan, you want them to perform. That is good for us. Arne Slot has played down suggestions that Liverpool will have to shell out a further £4.2 million to Benfica if Darwin Núñez starts another game this season. The Uruguay striker has struggled for goals this season and has not featured at all for the Reds since the month. Reports in Portugal claim that another start for the front man would trigger a further payment to his old club, and as a result, he's been continuously overlooked for selection. Slot, though, insisted there was nothing to read into regarding his absence from the team, adamant he had no idea whether such reports were true, is set to see Liverpool become Premier League champions. Arne Slot's side will earn the title, providing they avoid defeat against Tottenham, and the Dutchman will have achieved success in his debut season. The Reds may have to wait a little longer to lift the trophy, but celebrations are set to get underway at Anfield. The title race is all but wrapped up with only 4 matches remaining after the day of play. Already 3 teams have been relegated after Ipswich Town lost to Newcastle United to join Leicester and Southampton in the Championship. The Magpies continued in the race for a spot in the top 5 by firing themselves into 3rd place in their quest for a place in the Champions League. Matheus Cunha has sent mixed messages to the fans of Wolves and Manchester United after a surprising goal celebration. Cunha is set to depart Molineux for Old Trafford in the summer, with Ruben Amorim's side in advanced talks with the forward United are ready to pay £62.5 million to trigger Cunha's release clause and are confident of getting a deal over the line early in the summer. But when the Brazilian opened the scoring against Leicester on Saturday, his celebration caught the eye. After tapping in from Rayan Ait-Nouri's low cross, Cunha pointed at the badge on his chest, leading to some uncertainty. Speaking following the match, Cunha said, "I always say that I am always happy to play for this team. Sometimes my emotion is too much, because I love to be here." Arne Slot is not getting ahead of himself ahead of winning his first Premier League title. The Dutchman insists it will be years before he can be considered a Scouser, despite being set to emulate fixtures such as Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, Manuel Pellegrini, and Antonio Conte. by becoming a champion in his debut season. Slot maintains it will be some time before he can be spoken of in the same breath as long-serving legends like Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, Kenny Dalglish, and Jurgen Klopp. He said, "When you start to work here, then quite quickly you get a certain feeling. But it's not true that I have the same feeling as someone who has been here forever. If I could feel that in just 10 months, it would be a bit weird when someone has stood on a cop for many years, and I've only stood on the touchline for 1 season. The good thing about the people here is that they welcome you from the start, and you feel part of them. But to say I am a Scouser now would be too much. Ask me after 10 years, Arsenal are willing to pay the £50 million release clause for Dean Huijsen and remain in contention to sign the defender. Despite claims Chelsea are leading the race, according to reports, the Gunners face competition from the Blues, in addition to Liverpool, Newcastle and Tottenham, and have met his representatives. Mikel Arteta and Andrea Berta are said to be keen to sign the Spain international.